behind the lock.
I'm here to collect Mr. Hawthorne's rent! Shut that squealing! Or I can open the window! Christ almighty!
Johnny Fletcher busted into a farmhouse on his property.
You bring me back that stuff to false.
Well, well, look at what we have here. Please don't kill me.
Gentleman John Fletcher! Damn it!
Johnny Fletcher! Don't make me chase you!
I didn't kill nobody. I didn't murder that family. That don't break me down to me. Bounty hunter, you're a wanted man. Here.
Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds, and shall find me, unafraid. It matters not how straight the gates, how charged the punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Stand down and no one has to die today.
This only ends one way.
They'll kill you all.
Why not take your chances in a prison cell?
Alright, I'm coming out.
My lord, I have a report.
Speak.
Our latest assassination attempt on Lady Nocturne has failed.
I can see stronger measures are needed. Begin phase 2.
Captured! The notorious Lady Nocturne has been brought in through the valiant efforts of the Void Cobras.
Get on the damn bird.
Prisoner, take 5 steps, then stop and turn your right.
But the pirates of Velix Mortis are far from defeated.
My lord, I have a report.
Let's cut to the chase, since we both know that this isn't a social call and you didn't come here to waste time.
Fine. High Command is gambling that the attempt on your life by your so-called friends has made you willing to cooperate. Am I wasting my time now?
What fate will befall the disgraced former pirate?
The Minotaur sends his regards, traitor.
What does your High Command want, and what are they offering in return?
High Command wants many things, but it wants a show of good faith first.
Go.
Team 1, move up. Fire Team 2, covering fire.
Bravo Team 1, push up. Bravo 2, give us support.
What next for now infamous mercenaries, the Void Cobras?
I want every last pirate I used to run with dead. I don't want to be watching over my shoulder every hour of every day.
Now you die!
Will the Void Cobras become targets of Lady Nocturne's former pirate comrades?
Attention, crash override. This is Freighter Ebony Hawk. My ship just lost all power and thrust. We're going down. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
There truly is no honor among thieves. You rabble will turn on each other at the slightest provocation.
Okay, fine. Moving past you.
Find out on the next episode of Star Citizen Nocturne.
Jameson, you copy?
Touch me now, I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you.
Jameson, we require immediate emergency extract.
I don't know, man. It looks kind of hot over there.
Of interest in my life to idiots.
Okay, got it working, Sarge.
Alright, Corporal. Good work. Follow me! Y'all remember what Sarge said? Stay together, keep comms clear, and heads on the swivel. Clear. Okay, we're gonna secure it, then sweep the entire ship for survivors. Channel, you take point. Doc, you're behind me. Corporal, you're bringing up the rear.
Understood, Sergeant.
Taking track. Oh shit, I just saw something. Oh my god, oh my god!
Get the hell out of here!
Get him off me, get him off me, get him off me! They're getting in my armor! Ah!
I got into collecting bounties when a gang of bandits bushwhacked my wife, my best friend Coyote, and me. Meet the Jones brothers.
To take a look at the situation in which you find yourself.
That's Joshua.
Gonna have real bad.
What's the Indian word for
Next to him is Rufus the Doofus.
Heck, I don't know.
You're just trying to make me look dumb. Alright, I want to
Next
see
to
rifles
him is
on the
Lyman.
ground.
Remember those faces.
And 6.
You'll see him again.
8 hands praising Jesus.
The other ones, well, ain't no use in introducing. They're all dead.
Run!
Obadiah, get the saddlebags!
I got him!
I later discovered the Jones brothers were all wanted men. Figured I might as well get paid for taking my revenge. Man, we still wanted for justice.
The post is still on the wall?
So I hunted down the ones we didn't kill. Lyman, he sang like a bird. Rufus and Joshua were smuggling contraband down the river. Always to the same spot. I found a nice perch on a bluff above the river where I knew they would eventually be. During the war, I was a sharpshooter. Coyote's Whitworth came in handy. For weeks, I tracked them. Then I killed them.
hear him say that he's going to need their ticket.
If you like our content, we'd appreciate if you'd like, subscribe, and get notifications. Help us extend our reach by sharing our video content. And if you want to help us beat the algorithm, also leave us a comment on some of our videos. What is up, everybody? Yeah, we're live. Cliff is running a bit.
I'll remind you, like 6:45 is about like one time.
What's up, Elo?
Hey, I'm trying to. Here I am.
There you are.
I did it.
Okay.
Kids don't have school tomorrow, so I didn't have to worry about making it
Evidently,
late.
Cliff did not see the email with the link, so we about to figure some shit out here. Let's see. Hang on. All right. Let's try this. So, Jen, you're going to see Cliff Friday night, right?
Yeah, first the protest at Tampa City Hall, and then afterwards, I'm not sure if I'm going Friday or Saturday, but I'm going to go to his show. Yeah. In Winter Haven, which is, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 minutes for me. Not far. What about y'all? What are y'all doing this weekend?
Probably working. Let's see. All right. I have to like transfer this from my desktop to my phone. So this is all right. There.
Me, have you decided? Are you doing the protest with the kids or?
We're going to go over to Seguin, which is our county Democratic Party is going to have a march there. And it will be hot. It's going
to be very hot here too. It was 94 today, I want to say 94, 95, something like that. Not fun.
It's kind of early for that.
Yeah, it is.
Jessica sends her regards, said she couldn't make the stream because she is en route to LA. She's been asked to speak at the live stream in Los Angeles. There's Cliff. Oh, you know what? I gotta add him to there we go. All right. Cliff.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Good. Sorry to be slow getting on. I just arrived at a very shitty hotel room in Gainesville, Florida.
That sounds right.
Called the Gatortown Inn.
Oh boy.
It was the only thing in my budget that didn't have 5 extras.
Shitty, you say? Gatortown Inn.
Not too far from there, we have the Cafe Risque.
Yeah.
I have been to that.
Have you? I have as well, but probably not for the same reason as you.
Oh dear. What?
Did I slide a $5 bill in your G-string at one point in time?
No, I was there because I was broken down.
Oh, well.
So were a lot of the people that are there.
I was going to say, Tim was also at rock bottom.
Like your mom.
I was born rock bottom, and I showed signs of starting to dig at about age 10. So.
So,
all right. So
you got mentioned on the walls. Tim Walls was doing a town hall, and you got mentioned. Did you see that? That was so cool.
Some old dude stand up and he's like, "We need to speak up. I've been following this comedian named Cliff Cash." He's like, "What else, sir? What else? Tell us more." I want that guy to be my dad. I don't have a dad anymore, and I would like him to be my dad.
He got the name out. That's the most important part.
Yeah. The only people that caught it are the people who already know who I am. The other people were like, "What did the old guy say about Cash?"
So you have a pair of comedy shows in Florida. You have one tonight, or is it just tomorrow night? And
I have one tomorrow night, one Saturday, and then the next weekend and the next weekend, and then I go to Mobile and then New Orleans.
You're gonna be in a lot of red areas here in Florida.
Yeah, I'm bringing the find a dark place and shine your light.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
So you have shows Friday night and Saturday night after the protest events, and you're going to the Friday one.
Yeah, I'm going to the protest on Friday, and then I don't know if I'm going to the Friday or Saturday show. I'm trying to find somebody to go with me to the comedy show. We're trying to sell more tickets. Okay, I'm trying to bring friends.
Have you guys?
Have
you guys already been on for 25 minutes?
No.
So before
that's
I
right.
start,
That's right.
yeah.
Okay.
I whore myself out with my old indie film and machinima stuff.
Cool.
I don't know why. I just figured people could use a little bit of entertainment before the whatever heavy subjects we're going to talk about.
Sure. Crazy shit like freedom and equality.
These didn't used to be controversial topics.
Radical.
Well, for white people anyway.
Insanity.
So Jessica's speaking at is it Indivisible or is it 50501 that she's speaking to out in LA?
I am not 100% sure. I think it's 50501. It's in our signal chat if you're able to see that. I don't know how to see that while I'm on the phone because I'm not tech savvy.
Me either.
I am like a peepaw trapped in a middle-aged body.
Let's see.
I'm like the grandfather that you shouldn't have bought a smartphone for.
True story. My mom sent hers back. So
good for her.
Did?
They gave her a smartphone and she sent it back.
That is priceless self-awareness.
That's a boomer for you.
Yeah.
Not for me.
You're speaking with 505 or with or for 50501.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Tampa. They already had their thing going on. I just reached out and said I'd like to help. I'd like to speak if I can. So I'm taking 30 safety vests there for marshals and security, and I'm going to show up and help early. And then, I think they kept. I'm not bad mouth. I'm not being negative. It was just funny. Whoever I was talking to just kept messaging me all these important sort of logistic things, and they had already told me they wanted me to speak for 3 minutes, and they were like, "How many people do you think you're going to bring out?" And I was like, I don't know. I haven't posted about it yet. I'm really focused on these protests that I had going on last weekend. And she just messaged me. She's very nice. She's just very on it and very zealous. And so she keeps messaging me. I was like, you're putting a lot of credence on this dude who's only speaking for 3 minutes. And she was like, actually, we had to tweak things. You're speaking for 90 seconds. And I was like, okay, cool. So if you'd like to hear me speak for 90 seconds in Tampa, I'm going to take it as a personal challenge to try and bring the house down in 90 seconds.
Love it.
It'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
a
familiar
real.
with Z from the 50501 veterans thing that I've kind of. I haven't been active in it recently because I've been doing this whole gimmick for the past like couple of days and getting ready for launching the crowdfunding campaign. But I know who you're talking about. Yeah, they're Z is a veteran as far as I am aware, and they're very, very mission focused and detail oriented.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I'm having a protest. Come and stand on top of your car and yell into a megaphone. We didn't get a permit, but I talked to a guy named John at the police station, and he was real nice. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
That sounds like how we would run things.
Yeah, that evidently that terrifies most political activists. But
it does.
I also feel, to my core, with great conviction, that it's a little bit nonsensical for us to follow all these nuanced rules while the fascist Nazis who are toppling our democracy haven't followed a single rule in about 15 years. But
They don't apply to them, apparently.
But it's wonderful that you got a permit for a park where no one will see or hear you and the media won't report on you. It's going to be very effective.
If you're a peasant, the rules absolutely apply to you.
Right.
If you're with the oligarchy, fuck it.
But I'm going to show
I have
up
a protest
and
sign
give
to
them
make.
hell and do my best.
I have to make a protest sign tonight, so maybe when Matt comes on, I'll go do that.
Is that how we're supposed to do this? Is like we're supposed to ask to speak at these things?
Evidently.
I'm gonna have to, I guess I'll have to like swallow my admittedly small humility and ask people, hey, can I be on your show?
Yeah. If you play your cards right, you can get 90 minutes. I just realizing my hotel has the window open. That's convenient because it's only 91 outside.
Yeah.
So you got to the room and the window was already open?
Yeah, I just realized it. It was really warm in here. I turned the AC on, and now I'm like, doesn't seem like it's cooling fast enough. Oh, maybe because the window is.
You might want to check like under the beds and check the closets and make sure that nobody got inside.
They're airing out the smell of the corpse that was in here for several days before I checked in.
That could be. It is Florida.
They don't.
I was thinking a different C word, but
the last tenant. That's how they left, right out the window.
Yeah, there is a hole in the wall that looks like a head went through it, and there's a little hair on it. So we'll see.
Welcome to Gainesville.
I stayed in a hotel recently where they had made the bed. You know how they flipped the sheet down, and so like the bed was made with the sheet like nice and symmetrical all the way across, and there were 3 cigarette burns in the white sheet that they had like neatly flipped over and displayed, and I was like,
that's nice.
And I always take pictures and videos anytime this kind of shit happens to me, in case anyone ever questions my integrity with like donations and shit. Be like, let me show you the places I stay. This is Gator Town. This is the Comfort Inn in Talladega. Here's my 21-year-old van with a cracked windshield.
You know what? Next time you're gonna stay in a hotel, send me like your Venmo or Cash App, and I'll send you like
$40
or $50 or whatever I've got that I
something
didn't
to
spend on gin.
No,
yeah, I mean,
I
see if we can get you like an extra star.
Like that.
I slept in my van the last 2 nights, but it's very hot today. It'd be too hot to do it tonight.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I like sleeping in the van.
Show down here. You're welcome to crash at our house.
Well, when I'm doing a show at a club like that, they always give me a decent place to stay. So I'm actually staying at a pretty nice Airbnb, like on a lake, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I've played that club before. It's pretty sweet spot. It's little.
Oh, good. So I don't have to worry about security.
No, I mean, I think it's almost sold out, and I have a feeling it's mostly my people there. So
that's good.
Yeah, and it's comedy. If anybody doesn't like it, I'll call them a snowflake and tell them they can leave. Are you?
I saw in the.
I was gonna say, if somebody doesn't like it, I'll be like, wait a minute. Are you trying to do cancel culture on me? Are you trying to infringe on the free speech of a stand-up comedian? That sounds like something a fucking snowflake would do.
I remember seeing something like is it Gabriel Iglesias, the Fluffy, was talking about cancel culture one time, and I was like, "You're almost as safe as Sinbad. What are you even talking about?"
Yeah. Who's canceling you?
What would you
I
cancel?
saw an Eventbrite thing for your shows. Is that the only way to get tickets, or can people just like show up and buy at the door?
That link is probably the best bet because I have a feeling there won't be any at the door. Is my hope. I'm trying hard to sell out every show before it happens, so I don't have to stress about it the day of.
Well, I tried to go on the Eventbrite site today, and I don't know if they were having trouble or if it was sold out or whatever, but I wasn't able to get on, so
Well,
I'll try again later.
Okay, I can inquire if it seems like there's still an issue.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it is.
Do you get like a couple of passes for your retinue? Like I'm gonna have my guys with me, and so there's gonna be 2 guys, or something like that. Or do they just be like, no, it's just you. We've only got room for you backstage.
This club is really small, so I don't think there even is a backstage. But yeah, I don't typically. I mean, unless I've got my girlfriend with me or somebody I kind of owe a favor to or something, I don't typically ask because I'm broke enough that I need everyone to buy a ticket. Because I'm paid on ticket sales, so occasionally.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Occasionally, if it's an old friend that I know has seen me 15 times and is just coming out to be nice, I'll be like, "Hey, I got you."
Oh, that's nice.
But I also tell them, please stop coming to see me. It's so much pressure. I don't have new jokes since you saw me 4 months ago. Please. I need you to support me. Please support me less. I owe all of my close friends like $1,000 a piece because they've all come to see me so many times. Like, just help me get famous so you don't have to keep coming to see me. And I'll repay you slowly over the next however many years.
So let me ask you guys, do you think we're making any progress? I noticed that there were a few reps that were pushing back lately.
I think that it's the death by 1,000 cuts strategy. I don't know how much progress that we are making, that I am making, or that you all are making, but I think collectively, progressive and pro-democracy people, I think, are making progress. I mean, we see things like what Cory Booker did. We see Wisconsin. We see lawsuits being won. The issue is it going to matter if people win lawsuits or not when he's not obeying orders by federal judges?
Right.
So I think we're at a point where we need to really expend all of our peaceful energy, and then when we've done everything we can, we go, okay, is this enough? Is it going to matter, or is it time to like turn up the temperature and see what really has to be done? My 10,000 view strategy is this, and I'll talk about it more in the video, I'm sure. But my main goal, like end product, is that we make it so unpopular to still be supporting him, and we flood the streets to where the optics are just so undeniable that the people who are truly powerful in this country that also hate him will then feel like they have the permission structure to do what needs to be done to get him out of office. And whether that's powerful Democrats or powerful people in industry or people in NATO, other world leaders, whoever that is, or a coalition of all of them, we have to give them the permission to do what needs to be done. And they need to know that we have their back and that they have our support. So I think optics are really important. I think we have to make people ashamed to have ever supported him. And I think that really is happening with town halls and protests. And they're doing it themselves. I mean, we saw how popular Elon Musk is in Wisconsin. I mean, that was a bloodbath. So I think that was a real referendum on him and everything he's doing.
Yeah.
And
Does litter
I'll eat that cat.
He's really scrawny. You don't want him.
No meat on those bones.
No, he doesn't got much meat. Did you see? Ralph Nader is always sticking his nose in, sometimes inappropriately. But he did have a good point this last couple of weeks, where he said that he's really like, where are people like the Bushes? Where are people that are in the Republican Party who definitely do not like Trump and do not like what is going on? Maybe you saw like just a little bit. We saw a little sliver of that with the senators, the 4 senators that voted against the proxy voting. I mean, for Susan Collins, that's like a no-brainer kind of vote for her. But she doesn't have much of a brain, we've seen. So
I mean, one of them was Mitch McConnell, and he's like on the way out. So that kind of made sense. It's like, what are they going to do to me? Fire me? I'm already quitting.
Rand Paul is involved in things too. That's a real
that.
One thing I think you can count on from the Republicans is to be completely spineless all day, every day. I mean, look at his cabinet. Marco Rubio called him a con man. J.D. Vance called him a Nazi. This other person called him a psychopath. And now they're all working for him and licking his boots. So they are inherently cowardly. The party always has been. And we all hate Trump. But the political reality is, even before Trump, this is the party of lying about WMDs. This is the party of refusing to testify for the 9/11 Commission unless Cheney and Bush could be there together. It's the party of Iran-Contra. It's the party of fumbling the AIDS epidemic. It's the party of trickle-down. It's the party of crack cocaine. So this party is a piece of shit and has been for decades. Trump's not the disease. He's the pus-filled boil that makes it impossible for you to ignore that you have the disease. The party is a piece of shit way before he came along, in my humble opinion. And I mean that in the most kind and polite way possible.
How's my mic volume? Somebody in the comments mentioned that it was too loud.
It's fine for me.
Okay.
Tell him to relax. A lot of input floating around, isn't there? So much input.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hold on. People on our post today were complaining about the music in the veteran video. I was like, bro, of all the things.
Yeah. You go make one.
I just want them to do our jobs for this isn't even a job I get paid for, bro.
Exactly.
Why are we being so critical about it? You know what I mean? And so you don't have to do this all day long. I do.
Easy to yell shit from the sidelines.
You know what opinions are like.
I need to do one of those veteran videos. I don't think I've done one yet.
Yeah, I would love for y'all to push them. Well, I want to get 1,000 of them out there.
I keep sharing every time you post. I share it on because especially our page is a lot of veterans.
Of course,
right.
I think last time I looked, that one on Facebook had 30,000 views, and I mean that really matters.
Yeah, it does.
And I think it's around 10,000 on YouTube, and we'll just keep pushing it in different places and. So
make sure it's on Blue Sky and stuff.
Yeah, it is.
People over there. We'll push it too.
Yeah, every day I get comments. You know what you should do? It's like, I do know what I should do. I should try to sleep and eat food because I haven't done either of those in several days. You know what you should do? You should get to work on your idea. That's what you should do.
I saw your post about driving the trucks around in DC and that you only wanted comments on that. I had to go check and see just how many people didn't do that.
Yeah. Here's a meme I made. Go fuck yourself.
I can't really. So we get a lot of comments across all of our different social media, and a fair amount of them are going to be like on random tangents. But I look at it, like as an example, I put up these Confederate Heritage Month videos every day, sometimes twice a day, and somebody will pop in there and be like, you should be talking about the protest on the 5th. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking one-track thing here. I could do multiple things at once. I can watch porn and jerk off at the same time and whatever, walk and chew gum and
Those kind of go hand in hand.
talk about traders in the one vein and traders in the next century, whatever. But the thing that I continually keep in mind is, like, number one, I appreciate the engagement, but also number two, thank you for engaging, period, because you're boosting my stats, especially the MAGA people that get really mad about shit. I'm like,
totally.
If I were monetized, you would be putting money in my pocket. Keep that shit up, bro.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm monetized.
What she's talking about is me putting a post that says, I need specific input. Please don't comment unless it's about this. And then people are like, one time I was on Price is Right. I'm like, motherfucker. I mean, it's like in bold letters with asterisks on either side. Please don't comment unless it's about what I'm asking. Yeah. What can you do?
I couldn't help it. I had to go in there and see.
That shit is how we got here.
Yeah.
That's how we got here.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that we see a lot of that gatekeeping and infighting in the comments. And I'm just like, guys, we got to pull it together.
There was
we
a
have
point
to have
in
one
February.
goal. We have to not be at each other all the time. It's such a
Yeah.
distraction. It's so annoying.
There was a point in
You know?
February where everybody started kind of, even within the group sometimes, and just being like, everybody's stressed out, all right? We're all really
Yeah.
stressed out, but we got to take a breath and, we're in this together.
And while we
Focus.
try to out-liberal each other, they literally march in the streets with Nazi flags.
Yeah.
I had a dude like contacting the comedy club I was performing at in Atlanta, like harassing them on social media because I haven't spoken out against what's happening in Gaza, which I have. I just don't talk about it every day because there's a
There's too many
shitload to
things.
talk about. And I'm busy fighting the guy that will be 1,000 times worse for Gaza than the last guy. It's like,
And everybody expects you to be as passionate about their pet issue as they are. And I'm like, I can't do that though. I have, 3,000 people I'm interacting with every day, sometimes more. You just can't do it.
I want to address this comment real fast. First and foremost, I was not an info war officer. I was a military intelligence professional, and that has absolutely nothing to do with social media messaging, period. I don't have a lack of focus, and I'm not diluting my message. I am not a little sliver of the color that goes through Pink Floyd's prism. I'm a multifaceted individual, as are all of the admins, as is Cliff. If Cliff wants to talk about comedy stuff on one post and talk about politics stuff on another post and talk about fucking airplanes or whatever other hobbies he may have, that's his prerogative. Same as with our channel. I have we have seven social media admins. Each of them has their own interests. I am one of 7 other people. Yeah, I created the thing and allegedly drive the narrative, but I do my own stuff. I do the truck ramp videos and the hey veterans, we're gonna do a thing. And the one time I was in the army and I took a shit in the general's personal porta potty and then he caught me. And then other times I'll talk about supporting sex workers and then Confederate Heritage Month. I don't have a lack of focus. I have multiple focuses. I do what the fuck I want. You can do what the fuck you want on your channel or channels. We have multiple things. Wait until I start playing video games again. Oh shit. Anyway, but I digress.
People think they give us requests and then we do that. Like I'm not a piano player and I'm not taking requests for a dollar bill. Like if you want something done, go start a movement or a page and get hundreds of thousands of followers and then work your ass off for free all day, every day. And then you can do whatever you want.
And I'm not the spin doctors. All my tracks don't sound the same.
He's more like Outkast. All right. So should we talk about fascism?
Let's do it.
I guess.
Where are you going to be Saturday, Tim?
Where am I going to be Saturday? Probably Raleigh.
Yeah. And Jen, you're going to be in Tampa?
I'll be well. I think I'm going to try and go to your show Saturday, but before that, on Friday, I'll be. Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Elo?
What am I doing? I'm going to a protest for our county Democratic club. I don't even know.
Where do you live?
I'm outside of San Antonio, and so I'm kind of in the sticks.
Yeah.
That means it's red territory out here.
Yeah. Well, be careful.
Yeah, so we'll see what that's like. Because I still have people that fly Trump flags in their giant trucks around. So.
Oh, I live in a really red place too. I was sitting outside a coffee shop today making a video, the most recent video I just posted, and a guy walks into the coffee shop wearing a "Try That in a Small Town" T-shirt, and I had on my grandpa killed Nazis hat, and I said, "Hey man, I like your shirt," and he goes, "Thanks," and I go, "You like my hat?" And he read it and was like, "Oh, yeah, that's pretty good." I doubt he was smart enough to even understand, but it was fun.
They usually
And
aren't.
you said you're going to the Saturday show now?
I don't know. It depends on when I can get somebody to go with me. It also depends on if one show is closer to selling out. I might go to the other one just to throw more tickets that way, you know?
Oh,
because I put out that Allcon on Discord that went out to like 8,000 people.
That's right.
Dude.
To find her, buddy.
If they want to go to the Friday show, we'll go to the Friday show. You know what I mean?
I should give you all the tour dates if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Get in a van and drive around.
It's a big deal, though. To sell out shows is a big deal. I mean, that gives you a reputation that you can pretty much go anywhere and keep doing the same thing over. That's what they want to see, right?
Yeah,
so
totally.
That's what we're going to try and do. We get by with a little help from our friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you can get to San Antonio.
I love San Antonio. It's a cool town. I love the
It's a nice
river.
blue town, kind of backwatery.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot.
I went on a work trip to San Antonio about 6 years ago, and I had evenings off. So like I went and walked out toward the Alamo. And you remember that scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure where his bike gets stolen and they're like, it's in the basement of the Alamo. And he calls somebody, he's like, hey, I'm in Texas. And they're like, no, you're not. And so he like steps out of the phone booth and says, the stars at night. I did that. And like 8 people went deep in the heart of Texas.
I love it.
They do that probably.
They did. It's on my personal Facebook page. I think I just shared it like about 3 months ago because I had that shit on video.
Tim, can you see how many people are watching right now?
On which platform?
Oh, I don't know how any of this works.
YouTube?
We have a lot.
I don't know who's watching.
We have. I think I counted. We have 9 social media apps that we're on. Is that right?
Including Discord?
I have them written down. It's like 13.
Is that are we including Discord? I don't know.
I am.
And can you broadcast this all at once to all of them?
4, 5,
on
6,
StreamYard
7,
you can, I think.
8, 9, 10, 11.
I mean, the
12,
ones that
13,
take
14.
video.
Yeah.
14, not counting Discord. Yeah, from StreamYard, when I set up the broadcast, I can choose to broadcast to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I think. But I need like an API key for Instagram and some sort of weird secret handshake code decoder ring for TikTok. That's in Chinese, and I don't have either of those, so I just do YouTube and Facebook.
Cool.
That's good enough.
Well, I'd like to say this for anybody watching. So I unfortunately can't be in DC. I very much wish that I could, but I'm a stand-up comic and I have to make a living. So I'm on tour in Florida. I booked these shows like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months ago. But I've got a group of volunteers organizing what I think is going to be a really massive protest at the Heritage Foundation on Saturday in DC at 3:30.
Libs of TikTok will be impressed.
If you are going to be in DC anyway for the 5051 protests, I think those are starting at 12. So our thought was, as you're wrapping up with that protest, join us at Heritage Foundation at 3:30. They're going to be doing a die-in. people with tombstones, and they're going to be dying at once, talking about the different issues that are killing, that will kill people that are from the Heritage Foundation. And I just want to say, I know everybody hates the Heritage Foundation. Almost everybody knows they're the authors of Project 2025. What everybody might not know is the Heritage Foundation is uh, uh, kind of sponsored or controlled or whatever directly by Viktor Orban, who is an authoritarian dictator of Hungary, who toppled democracy in Hungary. Viktor Orban is a literal direct Russian asset of Putin. So essentially, the Heritage Foundation is just another Russian asset, like our shit-eating president. So they are the authors of literally everything you hate. It's their fault veterans are losing benefits. It's their fault that old people might are gonna lose Social Security. Uh, it's all their fault. They wrote all this policy and it's being enacted verbatim. And while you can't go knock on Donald Trump's door and you can't go knock on Elon Musk's door, you can go fucking knock on the Heritage Foundation's door. They're in a big ass building with a lot of big, beautiful windows right on a sidewalk with no walls, no fences. You can go right up and protest right in front of the building. And our goal is to make them feel the way they're making the American people feel, a little anxious and a little uneasy and a little unsteady. They need to feel that way. And so our goal is to surround the building with thousands of people. We did it on March 16th. We had about 700 people outside the building with bullhorns and air horns and whistles. We made a ton of noise. I stood on top of a pickup truck with a megaphone and told some MAGA dude to suck a Russian dick, and it was good times. So I just want to ask people to, if you're in DC, especially if you're already there anyway, please come to that protest. And lastly, I'll quit talking so much. If you're anywhere near DC and you're thinking about protesting where you live, if you're in Richmond or you're in Annapolis or Baltimore or Fredericksburg or wherever, I would encourage you to go to DC instead. As nice as it is to protest where you live, it's better to protest where they live, and they live in Washington, DC. So if you can get there, please get there. We need to stifle that city with massive numbers. That helps with what I was saying earlier in the sense of creating the optics and giving the people that are hopefully working behind the scenes to work against him. It gives them the permission structure to make those moves when they see so many Americans who don't want him in the White House.
Yeah,
Somebody asked what the address is, and here it is. 214 Massachusetts Avenue Northeast, Washington, D.C. On that note, you can kind of do the same thing to douche their hold up in the Eisenhower Executive Office Building, which is right next door to the White House.
Yeah.
And that's reportedly where they all sleep, too. Even though we're somehow paying $500 million for them per week to go whatever.
I'm ready to start keeping people up all night if I have to.
I think we should. I think we should make so much noise outside of Fox News and Newsmax that it's too loud for them to record their shit.
That would be great.
I think the next time Donald Trump gives a speech, we should surround the building and make too much noise for people to hear him. I think we have to do some real civil disobedience. It's time to really disrupt shit.
Yeah, I think it's time to ratchet things up a little bit. Also, I wanted to mention to you guys that Fox News conveniently has removed the stock market ticker from their broadcast today.
I heard that.
No more stock market on Fox News. I wonder why.
No, that's just a coincidence.
Yeah. It's not going
It doesn't have anything to do with Donald Trump deliberately tanking the stock market.
All the red arrows pointing downward.
Another thing I want people to hear and know is none of this all just looks like incompetence, and these people are for sure incompetent. Pete Hegseth's a dumb drunk rapist. Donald Trump is a demented orange-faced pedophile. They're all simpleton clown trash. But what seems like chaos and incompetence is really just them deliberately toppling every facet of society. They're making a recession happen on purpose, and it won't be a recession, it will be a depression. They're destabilizing our currency, they're destabilizing our military intelligence, law enforcement, education, trade allies, trade relationships, our allies. All of it is to destabilize our country so that it can be toppled for their boss, Vladimir Putin.
We have reciprocal tariffs announcements. Narnia is a 67%. Mars is 54%. Middle Earth is a 45%. Hogwarts is a 33%. Mordor 29%. Westeros 25%. Asgard 22%. Also, Wakanda is 22%. You would think they'd be taxed more because they're black,
I was gonna say that seems pretty open-minded. That's the most open-minded thing the right has ever done.
The penguins are getting 10%. I don't get it.
Tim Scott is gonna really love that.
I just had to share that. Oh God.
Yeah, that was good today. Yeah, he had one of his, I don't remember who it was, somebody on his administration was talking about how things are going so great and, the economy is doing wonderful. And as she's talking, the biggest screen next to her, the biggest focus of everything was the stock market, just down, 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 down. All the arrows were pointing down.
Red.
It was amazing.
Do you guys remember Comical Ali from the Iraq invasion, Operation Iraqi Freedom?
No.
So there was Chemical Ali was the first guy, and he was some kind of alleged chemical weapons specialist. But then they came up with Comical Ali, and he was the Iraqi minister of something, like information or defense. I don't remember specifically because I'm shooting from the hip off the top of my head. But he was the guy wearing OD green fatigues and a little black beret who got out in front of news cameras in Baghdad and was like, everything is fine. The Americans are losing. The Americans are not here. And then this went on for a couple of days. And then as tanks are rolling into Baghdad, you can see them in the background. He's like, no, we have defeated the Americans. They are fleeing. They're running away. We have killed many Americans. They are not here. They're not coming. And tanks are literally it's not like pinpricks in the background. You can see details on the tanks. And then that guy went off the air.
Okay. I remember that.
Interesting how that works.
And now he's in the Trump cabinet.
Probably.
Right.
I think he's, oh fuck, I gotta look this guy up now because I saw something that he was, okay, so he served as Minister of Foreign Affairs, and then he was the Minister of Information during the war.
Because he was standing out there, yeah.
Yeah, and let's see.
Information.
Post-war life. He was captured. He gave a bunch of interviews. I thought he had hooked up with Al Jazeera or something, but apparently he's just living in obscurity.
Sorry, what?
Here's his picture. Hang on. There we go. This guy.
The face looks familiar now that I see him, actually.
He looks a little bit like Pompeo.
He knows things. He's got papers in front of him, he knows stuff.
That's off his Wikipedia entry. I couldn't find the one where he's standing out in the street in Baghdad. But
I remember that though. I do.
I thought he'd end up at as a commentator at Al Jazeera or something, but he's not.
That would be awesome.
So. I'm gonna put up just for everybody watching. I'm gonna put up an email on my Facebook as soon as we get off here. It's just a sort of a anonymous Proton email, and what we're asking for is for people who are willing to do some nonviolent civil disobedience stuff that's just a little spicier than normal protesting. You can email that email, and we're going to start to compile a crew. We are going to vet people really well. So if you, for whatever reason, can't or won't pass the vetting, know that we will know, and we will never forget you, and we will find you. But we're gonna put that out, and we're gonna start to build a crew that can, start to make some plans to do, again, nothing crazy and nothing violent, but just to be a thorn in the side of these fascist trash clowns. And I
I
had
can
this
post
idea.
it in the
Do what?
post it up on the stream as a comment.
I don't have it handy. But let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you do, just put it on the
Can y'all
chat.
still see
Definitely
me?
push it on our stuff.
No, but that's okay. Go ahead and look if you need
We
to.
can hear you, but when you
Yeah.
slide out of the app, it
Don't fall
turns
out
off
the
the camera.
window.
Okay, here's the email is just wearetheflood@proton.me.
All written
Got it.
out.
Yeah, wearetheflood@proton.me. All lowercase, no dashes or periods or anything. I also had this idea. I want to see what you guys think of it. I don't know the legality of it, but they have bombarded, especially stupid people. They have bombarded the dumbest amongst us with so much disinformation. I thought it would be fun and funny to go back at them with some fun disinformation. So I thought it would be fun to start making memes that look like official news stories that are like almost believable, like a Fox News, like put Fox News badging all over it, breaking news. Investigations begin to see if Hegseth was drunk when he used Signal to text war plans, stuff like that. Like
That's great.
investigations into Mike Johnson's gay lover whose basement he lives in, but just make them look really official and just start to like slip them out anonymously and kind of let them travel around the internet because
We have those.
obviously we live in a world where you can now just say whatever the fuck you want and there's no
Right.
truth doesn't matter and there's no laws, and so I
That's
think
the
We're
best
doing
way
that
to
with
sum it
our
right now.
we're doing something like that with our own internal team.
Good.
I won't name them because they have their own little operation, but they're yeah, we have a channel on our Discord where their content comes right to us, and then we'll post it up on our socials. So that there are people out there doing that, but I think the trick is going to be to like get those into that particular sphere, because otherwise, like if you don't have an outlet, like you'd have to figure out how to get admin access to some of the outlets, like on social media.
Yeah.
I think if you get it to go viral enough, though, pretty much everybody's going to see it. Especially if it's a really good one.
I just want people to see it, even if it's
Yeah.
just our
Yeah.
side. I just think it's like, oh my god, did you see this? Just like
If something makes the rounds, it's a big deal. You know what I mean?
I think we just have to flood the zone in response to them flooding the zone. Like we don't have a Charlie Kirk and a Ben Shapiro and a Nick Fuentes. Like we have to fight back against how much fucking bullshit they're throwing.
Yeah.
The problem, and I hate to be like a negative Nancy. The problem is that a lot of people on the left will be like, we shouldn't be putting out fake news and misinformation, and is this real? And because we did that before with a couple of things, like we put out a couple of misinformation pieces, and
But at
people
some
were like,
point, we have to fight fire with fire. Do you know what I mean?
And those
I agree
people aren't
completely.
tough enough to survive fascism. So real soon, their opinion won't matter because they probably won't make it. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Is there a nice way to deliver that?
No, but like if the people that are so consumed and preoccupied with the idea of us following the rules, like you should seriously try to leave the country ASAP. Like you don't possess the mental toughness for what's about to happen. Like
It would be
try
nice
to
to
get
take
out
the
of it.
high road, but that's
When they
not how
bitch
we
and they
got to where
complain
we
like this,
are.
I go, why don't you just take this over to a right-wing nut job page? Like, don't come over here and bring it to me when I'm the one trying to help. We're all trying to help.
Yeah.
We're trying to do whatever we can to stop the madness, but
go infiltrate somebody.
Yeah, seriously.
They'll let you
Yeah,
in.
if there was an infiltration group that is so Laura Loomer kind of fell off the face of the earth until right after the election. She popped up on radar briefly and was like, why is Elon Musk in charge of stuff? We didn't elect this guy. And then somehow she disappeared again. So I don't know if she's still considered part of that camp or whatever, or if she's
They gave her some
just as
job,
disillusioned.
though. She was the
Did
one
they?
that gave them a list of who in the National Security Council is not loyal. The ones that they
that's
got
right.
rid
They
of
did do
were the
that,
ones
yeah.
that she said are not loyal.
To Vladimir Putin.
The only good part of Laura Loomer is when she got into a fight with Musk. That was the only good thing that she's ever done.
I know we were all eating popcorn.
I don't know. I loved her in the Saw movies.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I was
Can you
wondering.
imagine
Jigsaw?
paying money to make your face look like that? Like, you should get all of that money back and then sue them for $1 million.
I did
They
a video
took your
on-
money and made your face look like that. You should be furious. I'm furious, and it's not even my face.
I did like 2 videos when she was like big in the news cycle, and I was like, they're definitely fucking.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
What about the one where she looked pregnant? We were all like,
Yeah, that was the second one that I did. I was like, is Laura
That's
Loomer
what happens when
pregnant?
you eat enough steak and ketchup.
circus peanut down there.
We were all kind of joking. That was true.
She wasn't pregnant. She was just eating tons of steak and ketchup and Diet Coke. It's just
Helping out with
inevitable.
I don't know. That was definitely some. I don't know. Maybe it was a little bit of gas. Who knows?
She's full of shit.
Yeah, full of shit, all of them.
It's tough to say because like I have to walk a line. Like the things that are going on in my brain, I definitely can't say because I don't want people being like, oh, that's, you could not attack her looks and find other things, or not be chauvinistic or something like that. But like, come on, that girl definitely looked pregnant, and then she disappeared for 7 months. What would you think?
Very strange. Very strange.
When you're a Nazi, all bets are off. Sorry.
Yep.
It's like, I would never make an ableist joke. But when it comes to like Greg Abbott, I'll say something like that guy doesn't stand for anything. Absolutely, I'll say that.
I've been calling him Wheels
Feel guilty for laughing at that.
Yeah.
We started thinking about what if they named a school after him? What would their mascot be? The Wheelies. I mean, really, come on. He deserves it. He deserves it.
He does.
More.
He does. I won't body shame somebody unless you're a Nazi, and I'll make an exception.
You made yourself a target.
Yeah, people don't seem to like when we do that. Well, some people don't. Some people think it's really funny. I think that the people who think it's funny are now starting to outnumber the others, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'd like to be
again,
like Michelle Obama, but we can't.
again, the people that are like, don't be mean to the Nazis are the same ones giving you annoying input and telling you you shouldn't share a meme that's not accurate. And it's like, hey, you're not gonna hug them to death, I promise. Like I know that Nazi and namaste sounds similar, but they're not. You're not gonna namaste your way out of this. They're Nazis and they want you dead.
Yeah.
So maybe stop trying to be kind to them. That'd be a really good first
threat
step.
to you.
Yeah. It's a huge part of the problem.
I feel like the opportunity for the left and the right to come together kind of fizzled out after about a month after Luigi was arrested. Everybody was like, well, business as usual.
Yeah.
Not us. I want to mention to the naturalist and to Raina that we will absolutely be tackling some Florida stuff very soon. DeSantis is, or death sentence, however you want to say it, is I think on his way out. Nobody here is happy with him. Everybody's losing money here in Florida. And, he wants to pave over all the state parks and, conservation areas and all that and put up condos. So we will be dealing with that very soon. I know everybody keeps asking. We will be doing it very soon. So stay tuned, guys.
And they don't want his wife either, right?
No, they don't want his wife to run as governor either.
But she's her white gloves.
Yeah, they've got.
Did she have like kitchen gloves on or some shit?
She wears gloves.
So
she just doesn't want to touch
I wear
him.
gloves.
So my husband was in tally politics for many, many decades. And I can tell you that one thing I do happen to know about her is she hates the way her hands look. She thinks they make her look very elderly. So I'm not surprised that she's trying to do the glove look.
Dishpan hands.
I'm getting
so
some things in my
bizarre.
brain about what to do with this information.
It's
Of all
so
the things to be
strange.
hung up about.
That's like if an elderly obese president painted his face orange every morning because he wanted to look tan.
Ridiculous.
Or had that weird front lean, like he was half of a centaur.
These people are so unstable.
It's
That's
terrible.
literally the worst of the worst.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing you talk for 90 seconds at the.
Oh, I'm gonna bring the heat. I'm gonna be practicing all night tomorrow and the next day.
I love it.
Or tonight and tomorrow.
Is there's somebody I assume that gives you the nod?
I don't know. It's gonna be the
You got a
most
little
hot fire
clock on the
90
floor.
seconds you've ever seen. I'm gonna be like, my name is Cliff Cash. All right, thanks everybody. Please follow
What
me.
happens
That's
if you
all I
go
do.
over 90 seconds? Do they have like a cane where they reach out?
The hook gets you.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think you might get kicked out of the club.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, you won't be invited back to speak.
Yep. It'll be all right.
I should not mock this situation. I don't want to burn any bridges. 90 seconds though. What the?
90
Yeah.
seconds.
I mean, I'm a
Who'd they have to
stand-up
give that
comedian.
to?
Like, comedy clubs will be like, so you're gonna do 45? I'd be like, yeah, give me a light at 45 and I'll wrap it up. And then I'll like accidentally do an hour and 15 minutes. You know, so it's like 90 seconds is so ambitious. That's the least I've ever talked in my life.
I wish them luck taking you off the stage.
I leave 7-minute voicemails.
I'd get cut off a lot.
I'm gonna have to hop off here in a little bit. I haven't eaten since breakfast. I gotta get something before all the places around the gator hole close.
Please eat and sleep, Cliff.
Yeah, do all the things that you're supposed to do.
Please take
Yeah.
care of all your
Gator
bodily
hole.
functions and shut the window for God's sake.
Yeah. Well, for the record, I'm sleeping decent amounts of time and I'm drinking tons of like green smoothies and carrot juice and all that shit. I'm trying. I went to the gym the last 2 days. I am trying to take care of myself. So thank you.
Good. We need you to stick around for a while and rile everybody up and get them moving.
Yeah, I gotta stay healthy. So I'll look good in my open casket funeral when they shoot me.
We wouldn't do that to you.
Hopefully it's a body shot. I'm kidding, sort of. I just had for anybody that doesn't know me, I started a website called donaldlovesvladimir.com, and it is, to my knowledge, it's the biggest body of information anywhere tying him to Russia and Vladimir Putin. Please go there and learn it. It's great info. But I've been putting billboard trucks all over the place with the website on them. I have 4 of them circling DC tomorrow for 12 hours. And I specifically asked the company, I want them to all stick together. So they're going to be driving in a line, 4 of them, pushing our protest on Saturday. And it's got the Donald Loves Vladimir graphic on it. But I sent one last Saturday. I sent one to drive around Mar-a-Lago for 8 hours. So
that's awesome.
They're definitely plotting about how they're going to take me out. Let's see if it works. Fingers crossed. Please Venmo my family.
Do you you pay for that out of pocket?
No, I've been getting donations for it. And in fact, I told people to stop donating because I got to a place where I have enough to do what I want to do. And I've been directing the donations to civilianshield.org, which is my new friend who's volunteering in Ukraine, American dude from Oregon, been volunteering in Ukraine for 3 years. And he is like literally saving lives over there. So I just helped him raise a bunch of money.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, check that video out if you have time. It's he's incredible. He reached out to me, saw some of my videos, reached out and was like, I want to tell my story and I would like to do it with you. And so I had him speak at the veteran town hall that I did in Atlanta. And then he and I recorded a video together too. And he said he raised more after our video than he has all year so far.
Hey, send him our way. We'll interview him.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, hell
I will.
yeah.
I'm gonna start helping that. Like that's the part of the equation that he's not strong at. So I'm gonna start helping him with fundraising and exposure.
Yeah, send them our way. We'll absolutely take it. We have another group that we help tip of the spear that does landmine removal in Ukraine.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a really good dude. He has mostly been driving life-saving supplies and humanitarian aid and food in and out of Ukraine from other countries. And he's also
Awesome.
been like finding used kidney dialysis machines because Russia is gassing Ukrainian soldiers to get them out of position so they can shoot them. And so the gas has given them blood poisoning and making their kidneys shut down. So he is now like bringing dialysis machines from other countries. And he's just an awesome dude. He said he volunteered. He thought he would be there for like 2 weeks or maybe 2 months max. And that was 3 years ago. He's just like away from his wife. And, you know, he's just a fucking hero. I spent 3 days with him. He'd never been to Waffle House. We went to Waffle House 3 times. He really loved it.
What?
Yeah.
I've never been to Waffle House.
He's like, can we go to Waffle House again? I'm like, dude, whatever you want, brother. You're a hero. We can fucking stay at Waffle House if you want to.
You said he's a veteran, right?
Yes.
No, I thought he was when we first started talking, but no, he's not a veteran.
Oh, I was gonna say you can't be a veteran and not have gone to Waffle House. So like outside of every post ever.
He was I don't want to tell too much about him because I don't know what he would want me to tell. He's a little bit like he's trying to kind of watch for his safety. But
yeah, I get that.
He's a badass dude though. He's like an engineer and he's really smart. He has helped a lot over there just using he's got a big brain. He's got Asperger's and like he's if you watch the video you kind of get a sense of him, but
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm being the daughter of a Ukrainian immigrant. I will be pulling up that video and watching it.
He's lost 26 friends while he's been there in 3 years. And he's a good guy. It's a kind of heavy. He's got a heavy story, but I think it's really important for people to hear. So we got professional footage of that town hall. We shot in 4K with 3 cameras. I had all volunteer crew, and we captured some like really impactful stories from veterans. One guy talked about working on a submarine and one of his bunkmates hung himself like right outside of his office and like he got really choked up. He's just like, I've went through all this shit and now my government's turning their back on me. And like one woman who's probably like 60 like talked about how there's all these things she wants to do but she can't because her body like she hurts all the time. As she said, like I gave my body for this country. And you know, it's just like really heavy impactful. Like we all felt like we were gonna cry when we left, but we caught it all on film, and we're gonna make a montage of that, and it'll be like really professionally produced, and hopefully nobody will comment that it shouldn't have music on it.
Ignore those people; they don't know.
I will ignore them right after I kick them in the throat.
You guys should use 5-finger death punch.
This is why you and Tim get along so well. All right, guys. Well, I don't know. Are we not going to have Matt tonight, I guess?
I think he said he had his HOA meeting.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, he had like the plumber there or something, you know.
Guy went and got himself elected to the HOA presidency because he was tired of everybody in his complex that was part of the HOA that was fucking him over. So he's like, I'm going to run.
That sounds terrible.
Okay.
I will risk having a pit bull tied to a washing machine to not be in an HOA. That's fine.
Same.
You got,
I'm not sure what the line would be for that.
You got 2 broken down trampolines beside me. That's fine, as long as there's no fees to pay and no guy named Bob telling me.
There were some really terrible people, though. Like they were terrible that he told us about.
He's had some real doozies.
Real pieces of work.
Yeah, like absolutely unhinged. Like the cops got involved type of shit.
They had to have somebody evicted. Like they had to get somebody out of there.
That's so crazy. That's human insanity. I mean, that's literal people.
Nothing
that are
shocking anymore, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live in an HOA either. Fuck that place.
Well, I guarantee you all those people were Republicans. Guarantee. I'd bet all $400 that I have my net worth. I would bet my room at the Gatortown Inn that they were freaking conservative.
Oh, don't
The
do that.
Gator Hole.
Gatortown. They do have this nice modern hotel carpet though.
Ooh.
But it really kind of clashes with that bed.
It does. Yeah.
But
Is that carpet meant to be smeared and streaked like that, or is that like?
No, it's actually
Do they have
pretty
those
nice for what it is.
platforms where you can't really put anything under the bed?
Yeah, those are platforms.
That was a smart move.
Yeah. No, it's really not that bad. It was really cheap though. It's like $70-something, which is.
I mean, that's a deal in Gainesville, really.
That's early 2000s prices right there. That's how I live my life. And if it was more expensive, I would have just kept driving and slept in my van. But I was like, I should try and sleep indoors tonight. It's really hot.
You could have just stayed in the Villages, but you probably would have paid more.
I slept outside of a Planet Fitness the last 2 nights. That's why when I say that I went to the gym, I just was like, well, I'm going to shower anyway. I might as well work out.
I'm here anyway.
I always tell my girlfriend, I'm like, I work out so much more when I'm on tour. And she's like, that's because you're sleeping in your van outside of Planet Fitness. I'm like, yeah. I feel guilty and awkward just showering. But sometimes I walk in and just shower and change clothes and leave.
Of course.
They're like, that guy worked out really fast.
Of course, because truck stops are creepy compared to that.
I have never, I can't do it. All the truck stop showers smell like poop.
We should have Josh from The Enemy Within come on and talk about that. You guys can compare notes. He's a trucker.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm gonna hop off so I can go get something to eat. But thank you for having me on, and it's really nice to talk to you. And for anyone listening, if you want to keep tabs on what I'm doing, the website is donaldlovesvladimir.com. If you want to type in something shorter, sorry, somebody just messaged me, but if you want to type in something shorter, you can type in wearetheflood.net, and I'm Cliff Cash Comedy on all platforms, and I appreciate the support very much.
Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for being on. I'll reach out to you on Signal once I figure out how to turn it back on again.
Yeah, thanks for everything that you guys are doing. Keep fighting. Punch Nazis.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Punch Nazis right in the dick.
Definitely.
Yes.
See y'all later.
All right. Take care.
See ya. All right, I better go get meatloaf.
Ma, the meatloaf.
The meatloaf is
the
ready.
meatloaf. Fuck.
It is kind of like fuck. This has been in here
All right,
too
so,
long, but here we
so
go.
who out there is in or around Winter Haven or Tampa that could meet up with Jen and hang out with Jen?
Come hang out with me.
And,
I don't have
give,
anybody to go to shows with, so.
Give Jen a platonic hug from me.
Do we have to say platonic? I mean, that's just implied, right?
I mean, I want to get in trouble.
Just need buddies.
Oh my God. Yes. If anybody wants to go to our Facebook. We made Facebook posts about it. We made some Discord things about it. So if anybody wants to meet up with me for the either the Tampa City Hall protest tomorrow or either of Cliff's shows on Friday and Saturday.
We have that.
No,
Florida
not at
channel.
Cafe Risque. No, we're at the Tampa City Hall.
Where's the southeast region? There we go. Did you post in the Florida channel about it?
I did post in all
I'm
the
in
places
Texas,
that I thought were applicable, but I see a
Somebody's in
kiddo.
Texas surrounded by MAGA psychopaths. Me too. My
Tomorrow
neighbors.
night, 8 p.m., right?
Yes.
Laugh Out Lounge.
Yes. Friday's show is 8 p.m. Saturday's show is 10 p.m. And if we can get Cliff to have 2 sellout shows. That'd be awesome.
Put a little garlic in it if you want.
We all need to be supporting each other throughout all this stuff, no
Yep.
matter what it is.
Friend of the show.
There we go. I just
Got
posted
friends
it in
of
the
the
Discord
show.
channel, so see how that works out.
All right, I got to take off and get dinner.
Me
done
too. I
here
got
with these
doggies
people.
wanting to go pee pee.
I guess I'll just go see what Mikey knocked over in the kitchen then.
Yeah, I know. I just heard him do something over there.
Yes, I think he might have like knocked over the whole ass recycling bin or something.
It made such a clatter.
Yes, like that poem, like a roast, such a clatter.
That's it.
Don't forget, Tuesday's show, we're going to have Kat Abu Ghazala. I'm probably mispronouncing her name.
I'm just doing
last name.
Abu.
Well, that's what
I
she
have
goes
a
by
cat.
online. So yeah,
It's a lot.
she is now running for Congress. She took that shit literally when people said, if you don't like it, get involved in politics. So she's primarying or attempting to primary their sitting senator who's like 80 years old, I guess, and possibly had some sort of cognitive decline. So she'll be on the show this coming Tuesday. And of course, we have our Confederate Heritage crowdfunding campaign, which I've talked about like every single day to the annoyance of everybody. So I won't say any more about it.
It's working.
I mean, yes, it is. We definitely are outperforming the last time we tried it by like a lot. So, but we're still not anywhere close. But it's only like the 3rd day, so
We'll get there. Hopefully this time.
We'll get there.
I hope so. Yeah. All right, so that's going to be our show for the night, and thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you, Cliff. If you decide to watch it a little later, just let you know we say thanks. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
2 claps and a Rick. Woo!